Boyz Podcast. Me and my team is the best in the world. You and your team looking stressed in the world. Me and my team getting arrested by curves, and you and your team getting arrested by the curves. Free my nigga, oh, he ain't do shit except the robbery, nigga. He gon' do 6. I come through, dick sounds up with new kicks. Say they float, coke down with 2 6. Yo, me and my team is the best in the world. Me and my team is the best in the world. Said me and my team is the best in the world. That best in the world. That best in the world. My team is the best in the world. Me and my team is the best in the world. Got a star in the sky, gentlemen on the cup. And I know my team burns. We got fans in the cut. Ow. Premiere Boyz.
Premiere Boyz! Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Premiere Boyz Podcast. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman.
You already know who it is. It's your man, King Talk Sands, and we are back at it again. 2022. Happy New Year.
Yes,
you already know what it is.
Yes.
If you hear all 4 or 3 of us, it's the Premiere Boyz Podcast.
And it's the star Roddy Rod. We back for 2022, yo. Top of the year was good, everybody.
Yes, y'all. We are back. And it had been around because the last episode we had was the Grammy episode with Miss Malimal Magna, and now the Grammy is canceled. so yeah.
Ain't that something, though?
Yeah, so 2022 is off to a restart. And, yeah. But first thing first, how everybody 2022 so far, man?
It's been rough, man. I was going to get on this get more in depth into this in my next episode of King Talk, which is coming soon on all streaming platforms. Yeah, well, the man's had COVID. I've been working so hard trying not to catch COVID at the end of the year. Then at the top of the year, messed around, got COVID. Luckily, the man didn't go out like no bitch though. Held it down. Had the NyQuil on deck. You already know. Had to get vaccinated and all that. You know what I'm saying? So that helped. And we pushing through. We pushing strong through 2022. You already know the vibes.
Well, shockingly enough, son, you're not the only one that caught COVID. Yeah, I tested positive for COVID as well. The weird thing about it, I got when I was home, and I don't even know how the freak that's possible. But it had not been a good experience at all. Thank God that it wasn't terrible. I'm pretty much good. I do good. I just praying. I've been doing healthy things, working out, taking my vitamin, and the power of prayer. And that really helped. So I thank God for everything. I thank God for me and my family is good. We just do a process, and I know that this thing should be going, man, because this thing is just terrible, man. It messed up my mental. I'm not gonna hold you. I also gonna talk more about my experience on MrGentleman Contact in a later episode. But yeah, it's not the best experience. But one thing I would say is it did make me want to change my mind about the vaccination, though. I would say that much. I would say that.
And me, I've been COVID-free this whole time, ducking and dodging COVID, going to work, coming back, feeling good. So I didn't catch it at all.
That's good, son. That's good.
Must be nice.
Must be nice, son. And as you know, Long Live the Chief is not here at the moment. We don't know if he's gonna come for this one, but now he be for the next part because we do have a special guest. We got Mr. David Weiss, Flat Earth Podcast. He was on Talking Jericho, and we had a discussion, an interesting discussion with him. So y'all would check out the episode on part 2 of this episode. So yeah, so y'all already know what this is. Let's start the premiere news, y'all.
You already know it's premiere news. Let's get it.
And you know,
we need a freaking thing for it.
yeah,
The music.
News theme song.
Yeah, we do need a theme song. No, we do need a theme song. But 2022 had not been up to a good start because we lost some legends.
Ooh.
One legend we did lost at the end of 2021. And then everybody else was literally like 2022.
Days coming in.
Yeah, so the first person that we lost on the day of December 31st was Betty White. I never thought I would be the day that I would say that name. Say rest in peace to Betty White. How y'all feel about Betty White, man?
We'll let Roddy go first, and I'm gonna jump in.
Nah, son. I really was rooting for her to reach that 100 mark. I was really, she's great comedian, she really is a legend in everything that she does. And she was really moving, she was kicking and everything. So it's like, when you hear these things and these people are not, announcing that they're suffering from sickness and whatnot, it just comes up in a shot because it comes so sudden and it comes out of the blue. So, she was a legend and she lived. It's amazing to see that she lived to 99 and she experienced so much of her life, 99 years of history and everything. Like it was, it was a great loss for everybody, to see. But it was good to see that she made it to this milestone, close enough to that milestone of 100.
Yeah, I agree. The way I felt about Betty White was the same way I felt when Cicely Tyson passed away. Because she was also up there around age as well. Even though Betty White was a little older. And I do agree with Roddy. Betty White was a legend, man. I used to watch Golden Girls. I used to watch Golden Girls, especially when I was younger. Even I did not understand the show at all. And she was funny. She was funny, man. And I remember seeing her on My Wife and Kids, and when she was the maid, and Jane was upset because the maid was doing a lot better than her. And Betty White
made that clip.
Yeah, Betty White made me laugh when she was playing that scene, man. She was definitely a legend. I'm upset that she did make it to 100. I would root for her as well, man. It's crazy because she would have been 100 literally around this time now. So it's just sucks, man. Let's beat the Betty White. Say it. What you gotta say, man?
All right, so there's 3 people, right? That I always feel like it's gonna live forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, Morgan Freeman, right? And Betty White.
Hold on, say that one more time.
Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, Queen Elizabeth, okay. I didn't hear that the first
Morgan Freeman and Betty White. So the funny thing, not the funny thing, because none of this is actually funny. No. People magazine, she was on the cover of this month's People magazine talking about her celebrating 100.
That's crazy.
That was supposed to be released this month.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, because she's 100, I believe, around
this month. Yeah, she's a Capricorn.
Yeah.
So they had a whole blowout on that. You know what I'm saying? And to get this news at the end of 2021 is wild crazy. I ended up finding out about my COVID news about an hour after I found out Betty White died.
Same day too.
Same day.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, all this is happening today. This is crazy. And we're ending the year like this,
Yeah, exactly.
So when I'm seeing everything like it's going down and everything, it's a real crazy situation. To say she's a legend is an understatement. I hate the term legend, especially when we lose people. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people still have to give them their flowers when they were here, and I feel like Betty White actually had that.
No, I love Betty White when she was here. Trust me, I love Betty White.
No, I know. I'm not saying you.
Yeah, I'm saying? I get what you mean, yeah. I get what you mean.
But I feel like people need to be appreciated. And I feel like this week, not just with Betty White, but with a lot of the people that we lost, it's showing us, like, listen, love the ones you have now because you could wake up and they'd be gone tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I truly.
And that's the same thing with Betty White. Nobody would have guessed she wouldn't be here with us in 2022. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a tough loss. You know what I'm saying? Especially for Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing her in Golden Girls. She wasn't always the bright one, but I liked her better than the thottish one. So, because you had four, you had the mother, the oldest one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the tall one, she was a little rational. She was more rational than the other two.
Yeah.
And then you had the thottish one, was kind of like Samantha in Sex and the City, and he had Betty White. She wasn't, that bright too much, but she was really kind. From there, I end up seeing her in that 70s show. That's one of my shows I like to sit down with my shorty and just smoke and watch. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah. She wasn't that. Yeah, she was
right.
That show. Yeah, she was in that same show. I didn't watch that same show too. She was in that same show.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I know she also had a show called Hot in Cleveland. I watch it from here to there, but I didn't really watch it faithfully. But but yeah.
I know what you mean.
So in short, rest in power, Betty White. You know what I'm saying? It's lit. You know what I'm saying? We respect all the work you do, and we're gonna continue to watch that. Going forward. So, putting my glass up in the air for her real quick, and then we on to the next.
The facts, but that's not the way we lost though, son. We had lost another person, Cynthia Poitier, man. Jeez Louise, man. How you feel about this one?
Sidney Poitier, that caught me off guard too. That's when I knew 2022 wasn't gonna play.
Yeah.
2022 was playing for keeps. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember seeing him and Bill Cosby and Let's Do It Again.
Oh yes, facts,
you know what I'm saying? And people talk about how Gene, in the 70s, you had a lot of duos. You know what I'm saying? You had Gene, one of the top duos, Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Silver Street, things like that. Yeah. But Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby was also a dope ass duo as well. You know what I'm saying?
It was.
So it was and seeing that, I was watching Let's Do It Again a couple of days ago during my while I was in my COVID stretch. And I was like, yo, this is a fire, you know what I'm saying? It's still lit to this day. So you're seeing how he was doing big things in the acting world, but he also did things as an activist too in South Africa, helping people fight against apartheid. You know what I'm saying? So when you see our people stand up for situations that are right, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a real big deal. We got to protect them, even those that's here now. You know what I'm saying? People that's fighting for us and wanting the best outcome for our people, we really need to hold them close. You know what I'm saying? Because you already seen how 2020 was, and 2022 is kind of looking like that, it's on that same type of timing, And like I said before with Betty White, we gotta keep our loved ones close. That's a fact. We still want to hold strong to that,
Yeah. Sidney Poitier, man. Yeah, that had no words, man. He definitely was a legend as well. I always was a big fan of Sidney Poitier. He was the first Black person to win an Oscar.
Yes. Yeah.
Black person to win an Oscar. He paved the way for Denzel to win. He paved the way for Jamie Foxx to win. He paved the way. I forgot who else was Black that won an Oscar. I'm trying to think.
The guy who played in 12 Years a Slave.
Yes, him too. The dude that who about to play Blade now. The dude that about to play now.
Ali.
Muhammad Ali, yeah, he the number that won an Oscar. Sidney Poitier paved the way for all of them, and definitely a legend. When I found out Sidney Poitier, I was shocked too. I was like, whoa. I remember
he paved the way for freedom, bro. Not to cut you off.
He also
paved the way for freedom.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, thank you for clearing that for me as well, son. I know he was a smooth brother, man. I used to love a lot of his movies that he was doing, man. And I know while he passed, I was watching a Sidney Poitier movie that I'd never seen called Love in Paris. And it had another legend in that movie, Diana Claro. If I said her name was Diana, I think Diana Carroll, who also passed away a couple years ago, and yeah, it was, yeah, I was just like, wow, man, that's a good Sidney Poitier, man.
Sidney Poitier, man, I tell you, he did so much, and it's really been a big loss, majorly for the film industry. His work with Bill Cosby, it's it was really taken by storm to hear that he passed away. Rest in peace to Sidney Poitier, for sure.
Facts, yo. I definitely gotta watch him and Bill Cosby movie now. Cause I used to love their movies, yo. I ain't gonna hold you. My father and my grandpa definitely introduced me to those movies, so I definitely gotta watch those movies. But we lost another person, and this one, how I found out about this one, I was on D Nice live. Shout out to DJ D Nice, and he played the tunes. And he made an announcement about Bob Saget passed away. At first, I didn't believe it. That's when I went into the chat and told y'all about it, because only TMZ reported it. And then a couple hours later,
everybody.
Saget?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, man, like, I mean, this is what America's Funniest Home Videos is about. You know what I'm saying? Now, before I go on Bob Saget, I'm going to tell you this right now. I was not a fan of Full House.
Oh, wow.
I fucking hated it. You know what I'm saying? I fucking hate it for everywhere you go. Nah, bro.
Thanks, how you felt about Full House is how I felt about Fatty Man. Jeez Louise. We were going to do a popular sip call team. I don't know if I would invite you for that.
No, I do not invite me to no Full House. Nope. I will not do it. 100 times no. I am not a fan of Full House. However, I am a fan of Bob Saget. I remember him in Half Baked, right? For those,
yeah.
If not, then Dave Chappelle, Guillermo Diaz, the nigga that playing in the movies that be looking like Frederick Douglass, Rachel True, they were all in it, right?
Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle was trying to go to rehab because he felt like he was smoking too much weed and he was trying to stop, right? So he's in rehab. He's like, yo, I'm in rehab because I'm addicted to marijuana, right? And everybody, marijuana, you addicted to marijuana? That's some bullshit. And then he was like, marijuana is not a gateway drug. I used to suck dick for coke.
I remember that.
Bob Saget said this. American Funniest Home Video.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was like, that's real. You used to suck dick for coke? And then, you know what I'm saying? Dave Shorty's like, nah, I can't say that. He's like, yeah, I ain't think so. I was like, yo, Bob Saget is on.
Facts, yo. I was shocked when I heard him say that too. Y'all, I was like, oh my God, this is Bob Saget from Full House? Like, what?
Full House. Here's the thing with Bob Saget, right? People see him as Full House and America's Funniest Home Videos, right? Which is part of his legacy, right? Nobody can ever take that away from him. But I seen Bob Saget from like Half Baked in his stand-up shows where he's a completely different dude.
Yeah, he is. As a comedian, he's a completely different dude. That's true. He is a completely different dude, Joe.
That man be letting off. And I'm like, bro, like, wasn't you like Danny Tanner, like 7:30, 6:30 Central on ABC?
That's true.
You out here talking like you me. Like, nah.
That's true.
I would have loved to have him on King Talk. I do not lie. I would have loved to have him on King Talk. But y'all making me empty out my wine bottle right now. I'm gonna put another one up for the Bob Saget.
Yeah, man. I gotta say, Bob Saget, man, that man is a legend, man. He was always funny. Full House, Funny at Home Video. Every comedian stand-up he had, he was a funny dude, Joe. I'm not gonna hold you. And I was shocked about his passing too. I was just like, wow. And what I found out is he had COVID like literally a couple weeks before he passed. and stuff like that. And yeah, I think they do not know what the cause of death though, but it's crazy. This one shocked me too. Bob Saget. And the crazy thing is, the day before, he hit up Steve Harvey, asking him to be on his podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, he hit up Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey mentioned this on Jimmy Kimmel that Bob Saget hit him up like the day before, hit him Steve so he could be on his podcast show. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that is. And the crazy thing, Bob Saget had a comedy show before, the day before he passed.
He was supposed to be out, like, I think, in Cali in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
Like him, Tracy Morgan, and like a few other guys like that I can afford to see. Because I feel like I would never be able to afford to see like Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell my viewers this: if y'all really love me like y'all say y'all do, y'all will all chip in and get me like the cheapest tickets to like a Dave Chappelle show, so I can go. I will put out my episodes on time. You know what I'm saying? Like I will have more guests. I'll edit the videos myself, bro. Ken, I love you, but if they get this money and they say you fired, listen, I don't know.
Stupid.
Damn, bro.
Roddy, what you got to say about Bob Saget, man?
I was definitely watching Full House growing up, and he was, you know, he was a good father figure on there. Like, he was a good TV dad, I could say, for that. And American Funny.
No, I agree with you. My bad.
Yeah. So like growing up, you know, you watching all these shows, and then, you know, you watch Full House and you see TV Dad on Full House, and you see the TV Dad on Family Matters and Fresh Prince, and you know, it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it really hurt, because I put him in that whole TV Dad category with those guys, and
I agree.
You know,
yeah.
I actually shed a tear because, you know, watching him as growing up is a little, you know, it really means something. You know, us being an 80s and the 90s kid is really hurt for all of us.
Yeah, that's true.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Yeah, what up?
Do you guys think, right, that Bob Saget is like the best TV dad?
He's up there.
I don't think he's the best, but he is up there.
Not the best, but he's definitely up there though.
Cause I think he's like neck and neck with the dad from Growing Pains, Alan Thicke.
Yep, dang. I don't think another one like. I don't think another one.
Wow.
He's Louise, yo. We gotta continue this conversation on the old school show, man.
I'm with it, boy. Let's do it.
We got to.
But I also got something more to say.
All right, continue, buddy.
So, yeah. No, America's Funniest Home Videos. You home on a Friday night, you ain't got nothing to watch. You just put it on.
Yeah, facts.
It's like, you know, whole childhood. So it just really hurts to hear about him. And it makes me wonder, can the Premiere Boyz family please, you know, just look out for our beloved TV fam, you know, because we're older, and I realize that all of our TV fam is up there, you know.
Yeah, that's true, son. Losing our legends, yo.
So I'm hoping that all of the people that, you know, we grew up watching are still in good health, because, you know, you don't hear about them until it's too late.
You know how I think about today, son?
Who?
James Earl Jones, man. That's another legend that's up there, yo. And it was a commercial of him being the Bible. I was like, oh man, please.
Nah.
So somebody need to wrap him in bubble wrap.
Huh?
Somebody need to wrap him in bubble wrap.
I need to make sure these people are in good health in and out, because you just don't know. And then all of a sudden, like, oh shoot, this person was suffering with this. Like,
yeah, facts. James Earl Jones, Stevie Wonder, so many legends right now. Diana Ross is up there, like so many legends up there. Barry Gordy, like so many legends up there. Barry Gordy is about to be 100.
I didn't know he was about to be 100. Shit.
I think so. I think so. Quote me if I'm wrong. Barry Gordy up there, like
You said Barry Gordy? Didn't he die?
No, Barry Gordy's still alive.
Barry Gordy
shit.
died, bro.
I don't think so.
Barry Gordy.
All right, I'm looking it up right now. We're gonna find out right now.
Nah, he definitely still alive. I would if he.
Okay, so he's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still alive.
How is he?
He was born in 1929. He is 92 years old.
I was right. Wow, I was right.
He's up there, boy.
He's up there. He do not look like 92 though. That's crazy. Wow.
You know what else I find shocked about Barry Gordy? That he's like the grandson of that nigga that be singing that Party Town song.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's his sons, I think. Is it? I believe that's his son, I think. I believe that's one of his sons. I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, that's his son. Yeah, that's his sons. That's his son.
He doing that Party Town.
Shot. Yep, that's his son.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, those
him
sons.
and Rockwell too.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, Red Fool Rockwell. Rockwell was his son. You know, he got Tracy Ellis Ross. No, wait. No, that's no way. No, my bad. That ain't no Ross. My fault.
Not a Ross.
My bad, yeah. But the Legacy Legends, man, in our prayers, man, for real. Cause we all we just want to make sure these guys are still in good health, because just all of a sudden we lost these legends last week, and just came out the blue. Come on, Pay Pete, Pay LaBelle, Glass Nate, man, there's a lot of legends, man, that I do love and do appreciate, man. But rest in peace to Bob Saget, rest in peace to Sidney Poitier, rest in peace to Betty Wright, man, and everybody else that passed away recently too, because there's a lot more people that passed away recently.
I'm gonna do a tribute. I'm gonna tell you right now, quick disclaimer. For my next episode for King Talk, I'm gonna do a tribute to Mattoon. James Mattoon passed away this week as well.
Right.
All of the songs, in honor of that, all of my songs for King Talk will be from Mattoon. So stick around, stay tuned.
Nice. So let's get to the next topic, man. On some brighter note. So some funny news, man.
Oh yeah.
So the next topic is Drake and house laws. Sands, you want to take the Sands? This is your thing. You want to take the sun? Cause you gonna take the Sands?
All right, let me put my wine down real quick. Let me get my water. All right. All right, guys. Gather around.
Mm-hmm.
With your Uncle Sands. We gonna talk some shit. So your man's Drake, right? He was out here. You already know. Drake be protecting himself out here in these streets between beefs. You know what I'm saying? Baby mamas and everything out here. It's a lot that he protects himself from. Another thing he protects himself from is these unwanted kids. He already had an oops baby by that Sophie chick, right? So he's like, yo, I ain't trying to have no more kids. This is the last oopsie. Little boy, you the last oopsie. You know what I'm saying? So having said that, he links up with this apparently this IG model who was really rather thirsty for some of Drake's sauce. You know what I'm saying? They finally decided to link up and meet. They met after the night out or whatever. They come back, have some food. Next thing you know, they end up clapping. You know what I'm saying? For about 20 minutes. And then, Drake finishes off, done, takes the condom off. He ends up putting hot sauce, preferably Frank's, because you got to put that shit on everything. So he puts it right in the condom because you put it on everything. You know what I'm saying? So he puts it in the condom, ties it up, throws it in the trash. We done. You know what I'm saying? Why your IG model, right, goes to the bathroom, grabs the condom, and then try to turkey base that shit. You feel me? You got, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But when she went down there, when she put it down there, she felt, quote, a burning sensation. So you got this burning desire, for the music sexual. You feel me? Like you got a burning desire so much so that you end up burning yourself. This ain't a case of burning Barton. I don't know what is, by the way, but I'll right. Next thing you know, Drake hears a loud scream. Oh my God, what's going on? Drake runs to the bathroom talking about like, yo, what's going on? Like, what you do to me? Come to find out, he sees the whole thing. He's like, yo, listen, nobody told you to do that shit. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with you? Long story short, that went down, and now the IG model is suing Drake for damages, preferably to that pussy. Guys, your thoughts?
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't hear the story until you told me. Shit. Yeah, I've been that much under a rock, son. Yeah, and yeah, this is a weird news thing. I guess.
Yeah, I got no words for this shit, bro.
I don't. I'm a pass on this. I had no words for this one, man.
Damn, bro. Yo, it's like, these celebrities, they're trying to protect themselves, and it's like crazy, like at all costs, because Drake up on the money, and he don't want these unwanted pregnancies with these groupies. They're gonna take them for all they got, like, and it's crazy that he doing it that way, because now they got memes all over about Drake and the hot sauce flavored condoms and all of that. This is really funny, when you're scrolling, you see that.
But, okay.
But a lot of these rappers probably gonna try to follow suit in some way, or people that got money, because she was thirsty and he gave it up. So, but then I don't know. To be honest though, I don't know. It's crazy that I wouldn't even, because like, how did you think to put? Sorry, how did you put hot sauce?
I'm trying to figure out.
I'm trying to figure out.
Out of all the things, hot sauce with the choice though, like.
All right. So apparently, right, hot sauce does kill sperm. You know what I'm saying? So that way, somebody try to, get your seed. That's the hot sauce negates that. Now the side effects to that shit might be a bit scorching. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you gotta think about it like this. IG models, for all IG models out there that's listening to this podcast that that fuck with the Premiere Boyz, y'all gotta come up with something smarter, bro, because this shit set y'all back like about 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I knew IG models on off top could be thirsty for the right dude, but damn, you know what I'm saying? Like now you think now your box is a lava, you got a hot pocket, and you got to figure it out now. Meanwhile, Drake and the City Boys, we chalk up another W. You feel me?
Basically, bro.
Yeah, City Boys, we up. So the moral of the story, guys, you get into the bag, and you trying to get to your best self, but you not, trying to have nobody catch your seed.
Females
throw a
up
little
here
bit of hot sauce.
Come up.
Yeah, just drop a little hot sauce in it. Frank's Red Hot. You put that shit on everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mean, I ain't gonna hold you, son. As a kid, I used to drink hot sauce, son, and put
exactly.
So
you already know.
I love hot sauce, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
You already know you gotta keep that in the front pocket. You feel me? Couple packets, squirt. You good. For my Caribbean folks, Grace hot pepper sauce will do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it will do. You know what I'm saying? So
I know about that Grace, bro.
Roddy, you know what it is. You already know the vibes. Grace hot pepper sauce, you can put that on anything too. Be lit. So
facts on facts.
Exactly. Put that in the condom real quick. Throw that shit around you straight. You feel me? Do not get trapped out here, bro. You are on your purpose. Stay on your purpose. Stay on task. IG models, it's your move because Drake just sent y'all back 10 years.
True. But next we're gonna move on to from the hot sauce and Drake. And also, y'all already know we mentioned Drake. Comment under his comment saying news and sexual. Y'all already know the deal. News and sexual. Y'all already know the deal. So next we got Verzuz news, y'all. And so two guys who doing weird stuff, calling out some artists. One Jaheim called out Usher to do Verzuz, and we got Jim Jones calling out Jadakiss for Verzuz. You gotta think about that.
I think Jaheim and Jadakiss both need to just get together, link up somewhere in Newark, have a Coke and a smile and just shut the fuck up.
Oh, you mean Jaheim and Jim Jones?
Both of them niggas. Both of them. Meet up in Newark somewhere, you know what I'm saying? It's right across the bridge.
Maybe they could do a free concert in the park with their 2 or 3 hits. Why not?
Yeah, hit up Wingate. You know what I'm saying? Do it for old times.
I was gonna say, do they got a song together? But I forgot that was Cameron.
No, I don't think so.
That was Cameron.
That was Cameron and Jaheim.
Oh,
Boy, you know. I tried to live my life. Yo, we should play that song.
Hey, yo, put that during the break. Put that during the break.
I'm gonna play it on the break. We're gonna do the break. Lord,
Gotta
you know.
Gotta thug it out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta thug it out.
But on serious note, for Jaheim to call out Usher, I mean, Jaheim got hits. Do not get me wrong. But not hits enough to go against Usher. You bugging on that one, bro. I don't think you should go against Usher. You should go against somebody like Raheem Devon or somebody. Or Anthony Hamilton.
Don't disrespect Raheem like that.
Jaheim gotta go up against like El DeBarge or somebody. Somebody got.
Don't you mean Chico DeBarge?
One of the DeBarges.
I'm dead.
I feel like
people were saying he should go up against somebody like Ray J or like Jennings. I'm like, I was dead.
Actually, no, Ray J the Ray J thing is disrespectful.
Like Jennings might be at my like Jennings
like Jennings, like no, no joke. It's no joke. I actually feel like there actually could be a good versus like Jennings and Jaheim.
I like the Life Jennings Jaheim situation. That might be something.
That might be the best. That might be his best contender. He's just reaching too high, bros.
Yeah.
HER. Come on, bro.
He just finished a residency in Vegas.
Come on, y'all tried to downplay freaking Jaheim. Jaheim is a good artist. He could sing.
I'm saying he can't sing.
Yeah,
but he didn't reach
his longevity.
But he didn't reach it too high for Usher though. That I do not agree with.
It's too much of a reach, bro.
Yeah, too much of a reach. I know Roddy said that don't disrespect Raheem Devon. Who should Raheem Devon go against? I feel like Raheem Devon and Jaheim would not. Is actually a good match.
Raheem Devon need to go against Donnell Jones. That needs to happen.
Music Soul Child.
Yes.
No. Raheem Devon and Music Soul Child sound better. That sounds
Music
better.
Soul Child. What do you
think? I
think?
don't think Music Soul Child got a lot of hits though.
Yeah, he does. What?
Oh my god.
He ain't got a lot of hits.
You
like
fucking telling me.
You got like half a verses, and then that's it.
You bugging right now. I'm sorry. So you bugging.
What?
You just disrespect.
I'm coming out with off top.
You just disrespect Music Soul Child.
Listen. Here's the thing. Before y'all go off, because I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash from this, and I don't care. Y'all try to cancel.
The Premiere family about to come for you, my boy.
Y'all try to cancel me in 2021 with that last dude. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to do that shit in 2022, bro. We ain't doing that. First of all, we gonna talk about it like this. I didn't say I didn't like Music Soul Child. Music Soul Child is a great singer and he came out with a great music. Y'all keep forgetting, y'all keep putting people together like y'all forget that you need 20 hits. Y'all telling me Music Soul Child got 20 hits?
Yeah, he does actually.
No, y'all capping, bro. Nah, no, he don't.
I wouldn't say hits.
I mean, not hits.
He don't play something like music that nobody heard, bro, for like half.
No, he got 20. But Music Soul got 20 songs. And he got features. I mean,
he got features though.
Come on,
y'all about to make me pull up Music Soul Child's Billboard.
Oh God.
I'm about to do it.
I'm not gonna lie, he probably don't have
he probably don't have his.
He probably don't have 20 top 10s. I believe
that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, come on now. Like, what's the aces?
But here's the thing, saying though, to do a verse, you don't have to have hits to do a verse. You can actually have songs.
Yeah, you don't have to have hits to do a verses. That's how you lose. You know what I'm saying? Raheem Devon will sit there and smoke that dude,
people slide verses with their features, bro.
Raheem don't have 20 Billboard hits, son. Don't even try that. Don't disrespect.
Wow. So
Right. He don't though. I mean, if you want to go,
No,
go
that's true.
there,
He hasn't been up. He hasn't been up on the Billboard like that. But
Yo,
like losing
yo,
country
y'all want to
to
know? Y'all want to know how bad this is right now? So I searched my Music Soul Child Billboard, right? I come across the page, right? Roddy, you might know this because I know you big in like on tech shit. Why is there a 404 era?
I just saw that too, son.
Why is there a 404 era?
Why did
That tells me everything I need to know.
Yo, why did you expect my boy like that, son?
Next topic.
Yo. He's Louise.
I'm mad.
Don't get mad at me, guys. Get mad at
Billboard.
Billboard. Send your complaints there.
And if you leave, it's not up there.
That's what I'm saying. Send your complaints to Billboard Premiere fan. Don't send it over to Aaron Terrence Premiere. I'm not answering. I just looked it up. He's not even on Billboard. It's a 404 era.
Well, I looking up Raheem Devon. He only got one Billboard hit.
At least his page work.
Yeah, at least that's true. At least the page. You might. At least the page work. I don't know why this is the work, but that's messed up though.
Like the fact that you gave me that information, I'm grateful for it. You know what I'm saying? Because at least I know he's okay.
That messed up, yo.
They disrespecting music show.
I agree, yo. Nah, get this.
He got nominated with Mary for that If You Leave.
Exactly.
He been up there.
He a Grammy nominated artist, son.
That's one ace. Do we have another?
Yeah, come on, man. Dang, son.
Wouldn't Love be up there too?
Love would be up there. Love would be up. Okay, I'm on Wikipedia. Let's see if it's. Okay, so he got top 10 hits. He don't got no number one hits. I'll say that. He got top 10 hits, but he do got over 20 songs though. It's top 10 hits, but there's not no number. He never got no number one hits. So.
Now you know what I'll give him points for though? If he's like also songwriter, if he gets songwriting, if he uses songwriting credits.
He probably is a songwriter too. He probably do got songwriter hits. He probably do got songwriter credits though. That I wouldn't be surprised. Of course he does. They're not surprised, son. but here's my next question. We discussed about Jim Jones and Jada, and to be honest, that I don't even want
I'm not even
that.
discussing that.
I mean, either.
I'm a whole Dipset fan, right? But I'm not discussing anything that's related to Dipset and Jada Kiss in the Verzuz. I'm not doing it.
I agree, son. That not even as good. We saw what
that
happened.
that can't happen. Jada's already 2-0 right now.
Yeah,
what does Jim Jones want? Another round to get a beating?
He want to redeem himself. He want to redeem himself. That's basically what it is.
He's not the one to do it. Cam got to do it. He got to do it for
Cam. Got to do it, bro.
Cam is a better choice. Cam would have been a better choice, but even Cam.
And even then, bro, Jada going 3-0 anyway. Like it's smack.
Yeah, pretty much, son. Pretty much. So my next question to y'all is, who would be the first Verzuz of season 3? Season 3 is coming, y'all.
You know what I'm thinking about? What happened to Verzuz International?
Facts. Did they scrap it?
Maybe that's the first one for season 3, baby. I don't know. They didn't say nothing about it. They just said one. I saw one post about it, and then it disappeared. They didn't update it.
Maybe they're not prepared with it yet. So they'll bring it back later down the line.
I'm thinking that
might happen.
I was thinking that could be through the COVID resurge.
That too, yeah.
So they had to change some things and stuff like that. And I mean, who I like to see for the first season 3. I got a feeling it's gonna be a hip hop artist, this first one for season 3, and I think it I don't know who it'll be, but I think it'll be a hip hop artist.
I'm still waiting to see if they're gonna throw some R&B groups up there, bro.
I mean, the last rumored Verzuz was Destiny Child and Destiny Child and what's that other group? TLC. That was the rumored Verzuz. You know, that was what be next.
Who knows if that's gonna actually happen though?
So I don't know if that's gonna happen. What do you think, Sans?
Oh shit. Y'all gonna be mad at me, but I lost my train of thought. Listen. Here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. Um, first versus has to be from Versus International, right? It has to be Pitbull, right? If anybody's gonna have a first versus for season 3, it has to be Pitbull. If you're really gonna take this Versus International situation forward, Pitbull versus Daddy Yankee, right? That's number one. Number two, Jim Jones, after the embarrassment that happened in Madison Square Garden, does not deserve a rematch for the Versus crown from Jadakiss. If anybody gonna have to get that, it's gonna have to be Jay. He's gonna have to go get that.
Facts on facts, bro.
If not him, Eminem. One of them two. Lil Wayne can't see Jada in the Versus. Premiere fam, don't hit Aaron Sands Premiere with all that info. I'm not gonna read it. I'm just not gonna do it. So yeah.
Premiere fam, who do y'all think should be on Versus season 3? Let us know. Because I don't even know. Like, I might guess a whole bunch of people and we'll see. Like, there's a whole bunch of, old school hip hop and R&B heads who still haven't gone, bro.
Yeah, that's
and I may not be a big fan of them, but it is what it is. They have a lot of people. I'm seeing, a lot of people go up on Drink Champs, and I'm just like, damn, maybe these people are coming up on the Versus, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely back, yo. Definitely back, yo.
I still want to see what's her name do it for the R&B heads.
Who?
Faith Evans, if they get her up there.
Faith Evans got like mad shit going on with her right now. I mean, she could probably do a Versus, get the attention off, but there's mad stuff going on with that right now.
I agree. Oh yeah. It was rumors about Foxy and Little Kim.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Foxy and Little Kim, like that was supposed to be a Versus too. I forgot about that.
But you know what? Since Lil Kim is back in the spotlight, it's possible, I guess. Even if she want to do a icon, I guess.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Lil Kim looked like Jigsaw from like. I'm sorry. It's crazy.
Shout out Foxy though. We met her a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, we met Foxy on East.
Yeah, shout out to She Lit, bro.
Yeah, shout out Foxy.
Good vibes.
All right, next news. Chris Brown and Drake case got thrown out. Yeah, I don't got much to say about this. You already know the deal. I don't want to open up no wound and people get mad. So I'm a pass on the topic. Y'all got this one.
Roddy, can I get about 5 minutes real quick?
Yeah.
All right, real quick. I always tell people in life, right? Simply put, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, right? Sometimes in life, you got to figure out what's worth fighting for. You feel me? And certain things in life aren't worth fighting for. This particular case wasn't worth fighting for because it didn't sound, like I said before, didn't sound like anything that, that was like what I struggled to hear. You know what I'm saying? So you knew that, but I felt like he knew that. But when you try to gain clout in certain ways, you got to be genuine about how you move. You know what I'm saying? If it was about what the initial topic was about, let it be about the initial topic. Leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring it into something bigger. And then when people come and try to talk about it, you want to talk about people's physical features. Like, that's wrong. You feel me? Like, that's mean. You know what I'm saying? Granted, we have our missteps, but here's the thing. We never really openly talk about figures like that. We're not that tight. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like I said before, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. This could have been completely avoided if you avoided it. But hey, what can I say? Congrats to Chris Brown and Drake on fighting a good fight and seeing things through. You know what I'm saying? guys who are on your fellas who are on their process and willing to build themselves up to be the best version of themselves that they could be each and every day. Continue to do that. Don't let nothing deter you or hurt or place a hurdle in front of what you're trying to gain. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this life is yours. You only get one. Make it count.
There you go. Roddy, you got anything to say about this?
Yeah, bro. You lost. Mr. Cooper lost. And yo, no, we petty, but everybody, you know how much people said, yo, this don't sound like that. You can't say you got it and say that somebody took your line. Like people, we knew that we never knew the outcome. You know, we always had this hopeful things that, yo, maybe he had a case. You know, I was watching, a whole bunch of stuff, just like, damn, this guy feeling himself. But one thing that they gained, people knew who the hell he was. People knew who the hell Mr. Cooper and Mr. Cooper was, just from this one little strength. And now is over and done with. You lost the case, my bro. It's over and done with. It's probably the last time you'll hear your name out of my mouth. And nothing else to say about it.
I really hope you enjoyed this battle. You know what I'm saying? If you want to leave some question, comments, concerns, first of all, leave a like on our page. You know what I'm saying, on our Good Pods page and on all our outlets. Leave a like there. Leave a comment. Leave your concerns. If you ever want to joust again, I'm always here. I'm for the shits. But I think right now you got a lot bigger problems to face. But we wish you well on your future endeavors.
And you lost a lot of money filing that motion, my dude.
Stupid.
There you go, sir. I don't got nothing to say. Let's carry you on. Next, we got Kanye news, y'all. And yeah, the Kanye West thing getting a little spicy, son.
It's been getting kind of crazy. I literally saw this today, right? Like a few hours before I came on tonight, and it's wild. Apparently, Kim Kardashian wouldn't let him come to his daughter's Chicago's birthday, and he's driving around town trying to pull up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be a good father and have memories with his daughter. And that's not possible. I wanted to see what you guys feel about that, about this situation. What's your thoughts before I get my 2 cents into this?
I feel like it messed up. I feel like Kanye didn't do nothing wrong for once. When he wanted to celebrate his daughter's birthday, Kim and not let him see his son. Also, I think it also had to do with Pete Davidson being there too. So, and yeah, don't let another man come between, the father of your kid. Crazy, man. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like Kanye, has every right to be at the child's birthday just for that one day. I mean, it is his child's birthday. You shouldn't shun him out. So the fact that you didn't drop the Addy so he could pull up was kind of disrespectful in all ways.
Thanks.
All right, so here's my thing. I'm speaking from somebody that comes from that grew up in a sense in a single parent household after a certain age. You know what I'm saying? At one point I had both my parents, and then my mom's, she moved, and she moved when my parents split. She moved across town, trying to live her own life and everything. But I didn't see her every day like that. You know what I'm saying? And so when I see things like this, it kind of breaks my heart because of the fact that, when you're young, like, it's one thing when you're like in your teens and you're going through this, like I did, but it's another thing when you're in your formative, like when you're like trying to figure out things, like in your first few years and you're going through things like this. You know what I'm saying? I really hate that we as a people can't realize the fact that we're better together. But I feel like that needs to be a thing where the thing that we have to realize, because here it is, Yeah, you could raise a parent in a single parent household, yes. But the success rate for that kid is higher when you have both, when you have both parents in the household. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to see, see situations like this play out, it lets me know, one, celebrities are no different than us. You know what I'm saying? And number two, you know, this is the reason why we got to be mindful of the people we deal with, you know? I'm be honest with you. It's really important because here it is. You're bonded to that person for life.
Yep, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you know it or not, you're bonded to that person for life. So you got to be mindful of who you're messing with. You know what I'm saying? Because granted, it's all fun and games. You linking up sneaky links and everything like that. Then you fuck around and be like Drake out here have a oops baby. Next thing you got to deal with that. You got to deal with your partner, and you don't even know if your partner is even mentally able to thrive in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just feel like we need to do a better job, you know, of working together with the people that we meet with. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to learn that by following celebrities because apparently they just as fucked up as we are.
Yeah, true. They are. Yeah.
All celebrities is people with fame and fortune. That's how I've always seen it.
Yep.
They do the same things like us. They have films. They eat. They have to eat. They have to do everything that we do every day. They go through the things. They go to the doctor like us and go grocery shopping. So that's all Ashley does.
True. So in the last news we got is Power Review. Power Review, episode 6, season 2, episode 6. What y'all think about this episode? What's the key points about
I got a lot to say, boy.
Of course you do, Roddy.
Yeah, Roddy, go ahead. Leave it up.
All right. So, this episode was the episode where Tariq was had his this when Tariq got to court and they released him.
Yeah.
And now he got on that ankle bracelet, so he can't leave Manhattan. So right now he's slowed down in the business, but he also trusts in Effie. He introduced Effie to Monet to take over. So we got to see how that connection goes, because Effie don't seem like she's the most trustworthy person out there, yo.
No, I've been saying this for a while. I feel like it's something about her. Like she working for somebody. I feel like she's related. She's something with Mecca. I don't know why. I feel like she's something with Mecca.
I believe that too.
Yeah,
but we'll see what happens, because with Power, they keep you guessing and then they throw you a curveball. So whatever you guess is totally off.
Yeah, that's true. Also, don't forget about what happened to Lorenzo's back home.
Lorenzo party in the beginning, right?
Lorenzo home thinking he's.
How did Monet know who Emirate was? The guy.
I don't know, probably knew him for a long time. I don't know.
Tariq told him about Everett in the previous episode before this last.
But she knew exactly who he was.
Right.
She never seen him in my face.
But if you ride around with Zeke, you on a basketball team, and your son is clapping one of the basketball team members' cheeks, you kind of figure out who's who. You know what I'm saying? He only
I guess from the stairs, she kind of peeped that, because they was stealing each other down when he was in there, and she had to send Drew out.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That whole house turned into Telemundo.
Facts, yo.
It was like Sabato Gigante in that bitch. Like, I was like, whoa.
They were jamming that house, yo.
It was too lit. I should have pulled up. But I don't even do parties like that. But
also, Professor Mendry gotta go, son. She gotta go.
She ain't gotta go, but she gotta shut the fuck up.
She might be next.
Somebody gonna get rid of her. It might be Monet or Tariq. I can see it, or they just
Yeah,
gonna send
I
away.
think
One of the
Tyreek-
two things.
I think Tyreek by the end of the season. I believe it.
I don't think she gonna. I think she's not gonna get rid of like that. But I do feel like she's gonna end up losing her job because Lauren already talking about, I'm gonna tell everybody you was out here letting Zeke clap them cheeks. You feel me?
Yeah, that's true.
And she was trying to be all peaceful about it. She's like, nah, F that. I'm gonna let everybody know you out here getting your cheeks clapped by the star ball player. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
Lauren don't want to use Hawaii no more.
yeah,
Get that.
because he's putting out she. But here's the thing, Lauren put herself in that precarious predicament. You know what I'm saying? Because now she's involved, and now you gotta figure out if she should, if he should trust her. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think you should trust her. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in this episode coming up, you need to clap Diana's cheeks. You know what I'm saying? That needs to happen. That episode should not. The credit shouldn't put.
Well, he probably doing that to Effie. So yeah.
We already know he clapping Effie cheeks. That was his first cheeks he clapped. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. So you already know he's gonna go back to
actually, Lauren was his first cheeks he clapped. Actually,
I thought he clapped Effie's cheeks in the original Power.
No. He did his kids. They didn't have sex.
I thought he clapped.
I thought he clapped too, bro.
I think he lost his virginity to Lauren, son.
No,
bro. He clapped Effie cheeks, bro. First and foremost.
No, remember in Kanan Crew, Kanan had his girl at a party.
Yeah.
That was who he lost his beat to.
He clapped up that random little shorty.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he definitely clapped them cheeks, man.
Okay, my bad. Take that back.
Yeah.
But
you need to clap Diana's cheeks before the end of that episode. No excuses.
But also, Lorenzo sees Drew as the one to take over, and not Kane. Kane is tight.
Kane tight as shit, boy.
Can't keep getting looked over. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like he
first like that, son.
He's not level headed.
But Kane doing the most, son. I don't blame him. And Drew don't even want to. Drew said he don't even want to do it. Like
we're catching licks it's like regular. Like that's the thing to do out here. Like he way too high. Like and then he mad because he got passed up over for Tariq first and foremost with the course connect shit, right? Yeah. And then now Lorenzo home and then Kane like, all right, yeah, it's gonna be my time. It's gonna be my time. I ain't gonna be little Bobby Brown no more. And then he pulls up to the party, right? Just to find out that he's still gonna be little Bobby Brown because Drew gonna be that man up there because he balanced. You know what I'm saying?
You know what this remind me of, son? The Lion King. And I say this, I know you probably wonder why this my Lion King. No, Mufasa is Drew, and Scar is Kane. Scar wanted to be king, but he's jealous of his brother, and because Mufasa became king, but he go to son of Drew, so he could be the head guy on top.
It's wild tension, boy.
You see how he tried to play himself, right? Talking about how I'm the connect.
Exactly.
I'm the connect.
So shoot, y'all look at me crazy about the lanky comparison, but it's kind of true. Two brothers who jealous of the other brother and who would do anything to get on top. And I feel like Kane would do anything to get on top, even if they take out his brother. Hell, Monet want to take out her son and daughter, so why not take out your brother too? Like,
I remember when Monet choked up Diana.
Oh, there you go.
Yo, she was like, yo, I killed the man to find out that truth. And then Diana being wild disrespectful, like, yo, I ain't nobody told you to do that shit. And then she's like, yo, I'm like, at first she didn't even feed, and the fucking part about Diana didn't even feed her, bro. He made her poppy a whole breakfast, right? Got clothes, and they like, where my breakfast? Yo, nobody knew you were hungry, yo, shut up.
Oh man.
Daddy's home, you fuck. Like, come on.
Power Book 2, y'all.
And then like Cooper Sacks got scolded by Redman because he out here like, yo.
Give me Method Man.
Method Man, yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah. It's because he was like, yo, don't question my client if he did it, la la la.
Exactly. Shoot, this only means that Sacks is about to go back to the old ways, low key.
he literally, I feel like the old ways never really left because he was trying to get information from that lady away and be undercover about it. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, okay, you're right. Maybe he never went away. Maybe I think he always been obsessed with Tyreek either way. I think that didn't go away. You know, that you could be right about that.
He was old. I know he was OD surprised that, you know, he got let out.
Yeah.
And of course, now with Lorenz Tate character, you know, they keep mentioning influence. It's really building towards this new.
Nice. It really is. It builds
new chapter, show, bro.
Yep.
Because they're like, yo, he's like, yo, get Lorenz Tate up in here. Lorenz Tate even got him out of jail.
You know what's crazy about that whole situation though with him and how he's coming up? He started this season, right, on the couch as a drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like he started from the bottom and now he's literally trying to claw his way back, albeit in like some, you know, in some unsavory fashions. But he's slowly trying to climb himself back up to notoriety. I'm liking this version of him. I didn't like the version of him in the regular Power. I wasn't a fan of that.
He was savage as fuck.
Yeah, he was too square for me, bro.
I agree. I like this version of Tate as well, man. I like this version of Tate as well.
Like, you gotta get out. You gotta get out of here, little nigga. I gotta go be a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And then dip off.
In fact, I ain't gonna hold you. This made me excited about book 5 a little bit now. Like, get me excited about book 5. Hold you, you know.
So now Mecca and Monet, she's like she don't want to see him no more. She tried to cut the whole shit off, but he ain't down for that shit.
Because he trying to, you know, take care of her and show her the life, and she like, nah, I'm trying to be in the streets, you know, Poppy back home. I gotta be there for the family. You feel me? But then he ain't trying to hear that shit.
Don't forget, Mecca want to meet his son. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, honestly, you gotta look at it like this, and I don't care who get mad at the following. Zeke like damn near 30. All right, he need to know who his son is. He need to know who his father is. All right, let him meet his father. Stop playing games, Monet, and let that man meet his father. He's like damn near 30. He gotta learn his father sometime.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all, but the setup right now for the next 3 episodes is already hot.
I agree, yo.
And we didn't even get to the fact of Tommy's story having the trailer.
Facts, yeah. Tommy got a trailer too. Yeah. Tommy got a trailer too. I mean, I'm excited, but I don't know. I gotta see more. You know, I gotta see more.
Nah, that's it. We lit. We lit on the soap.
Don't forget the theme song is out too. Tommy's theme song too is out, yo.
Oh, I like that theme song though.
It's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it for the news. Coming up in part 2, we got a special guest, Mr. David Weiss from the Flat Earth Podcast on the show. Malimal will be here next episode. So yeah, and we'll be right back, y'all. Yes, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. We are back. And yes, we back on the Premiere Boyz Podcast, and we got a special, very, very special guest. So he is a host of the Flat Earth Podcast. He's been on many shows. Alex Jones, Interwars, Chris Jericho, WWE and AEW, Talking Jericho. We Are the People Radio. He been also on morning and TV and morning and talk radio on, from New York City, Toronto, Vancouver, and many more. We got Mr. David Weiss in the building. David, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Premiere Boyz Podcast.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. And I've been on a lot of stuff, and now I'm here talking to you, Globers. I got 4 Globers. Let me tell you how rare this is. It's 2022. It is so hard to find anybody that believes we live on a spinning space pear flying through an infinite space vacuum. It's crazy, and now I'm here. I am blessed.
Yes, and we are happy to have you here. And, we were shocked that you had others to come to the show. So this is this is an honor.
I'll talk to anybody. Did you guys catch the Killer Priest show I did the other night? You know who Killer Priest is? Killer Priest podcast from Wu-Tang. Oh, it was a good show.
Oh, Killer!
Interesting.
Oh, wow. No, I did.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Shout out to
I
Killer
kinda
Priest.
missed that
Big
one.
things out here.
Okay.
Yeah. So where do you guys want to start? Like you throw it at me because we can go 600 ways.
So I'm gonna start a little simple. I'm gonna start with where you're from and how would you growing up. Just to warm up a bit, so the crowd to know a little bit about you.
Yeah, no worries. I grew up in the East Coast. I've kind of lived in the same town my whole life. Went to college, worked in corporate America, left corporate America, started my own company, did well there. And then I walked away from everything I had accomplished to do this, to talk to people like you, to help wake people up from the sleeping coma that we're all in. We're all living in the matrix, basically, in a mind control program, and no one knows it. And when you unplug from the matrix, then all of a sudden you can see the world. It's literally I was thinking about it today, the movie The Matrix with Keanu Reeves.
Of course,
it's an instruction manual. It literally is an instruction manual on how to unplug people from the mind control.
I mean, I could see that being a thing because, that's when we watch The Matrix, you have that choice initially, whether to take the red pill or the blue pill, whether you want to stay asleep or, wake up and find out what the world is really about. Speaking of the world, and the shapes and as many shapes and sizes, we're going to get into, we're going to just jump right into it. How did you land on the earth being flat? Because I know growing up on the East Coast, kind of similar school systems, they always tell us about the world being a globe and the solar system, planets, all of them being spheres, if you will, So from there to now, how did you land on this?
Yeah, so I did a podcast out of New York City called Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, and it was about it was about conspiracies. And in the third year of doing it, people started sending me, it was a pretty big show. Hey, have you looked into flat Earth? And like any rational person, I would just delete those comments and ban them from our social media for being so stupid, from even asking me to look at something so stupid. But then they kept on coming, and a couple persistent people. And finally I just said, you know what, I'm just going to disprove it. And when you try to disprove flat Earth or prove the globe, you realize that everything you were taught, you weren't taught anything. You were told. For example, we are told that this is a photograph of Earth. Actually, we're not. They just gave it to us. They say it's from NASA, but they never said it's a photograph. And the guy that painted this, his name is Robert Simmons. He's a NASA visual artist, and he admitted that he made it in Photoshop. He made it in Photoshop, and his famous line is, "It's made in Photoshop because it has to be." You zoom in on it, and you'll see that the clouds are stepped and repeated. He's not even good at Photoshop. He's lazy. And he used the same clouds again and again. And there's all sorts of problems with the globe. I mean, if you look at the NASA, these two pictures, I think they're 8 or 10 years apart. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. If you look at these, let me give you a different shot. It's easier to see. Look at the United States here and look at it here. You see a problem? Both these balls are the same size, but the United States is almost twice the size over here. So when you start really looking at what they show us, and then you start wondering, like, why every time that they show us a picture of Earth does it look like something ridiculous and unlike any of the other ones? Why doesn't anything match up? When you look at in 2015 and 2012, they gave us two pictures, but the clouds, I think this is the one where the clouds are the same. That's not the one with the clouds the same. No, I had one. I thought that was one with the clouds are the same. But again, the size of the United States over here and over there, absolutely ridiculous. Here's the one I wanted to show you. This is the 2012 picture. You got the United States here. You got Mexico running down to South America. So on this map of the world, I've kind of circled everything you see. You have to believe that the rest of all of these continents are on the other side of this ball. Does that make any sense to you?
I mean, I could see where it will make sense at. However, one thing that I would think about when you describe this is the fact that the Earth does rotate on its axis. So you might not get the same type of picture you would get one year that you would get the next year. Also, you take account of like global warming and things like that.
I'm looking at this though. This is the United States is here. All of this has to be on the other side of this ball. When you're looking at a ball, you're seeing half of it. No matter what angle you look at a ball from, you see half of it. So here's half of it. And this is the other half. You know, here's the one I wanted to show you. 1978 and 2017, same clouds. Look at this, same cloud. They put the same cloud overlay on this. Is that a problem? I mean, we've caught that. If we get into NASA a little later, you'll see that everything that NASA shows us is complete and total garbage. NASA is not a space agency. They're a Hollywood green screen studio to deceive the human mind, to keep them trapped again in the Matrix.
You know what crazy? That was one of my questions I got to ask you about later too, about the NASA and Disney. I got to ask you about that later, but yeah.
Yeah, this is a NASA photo. Here's Lake Tahoe. Well, here's Lake Tahoe from an airplane. You know, where's this giant lake with the curvature? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
So, speaking of that, since we're getting into NASA, you want to ask your question regarding NASA?
So I listened to your interview on Talking Jericho, which by the way is a really good interview. I learned a lot doing that interview.
Thank you.
And you mentioned about NASA and Disney being the same company. So I want to know, explain more about that.
Well, if you look at the founders of NASA, okay, hey, in America, we're done with the war. We're going to create a space agency, and who are we going to put in charge? Well, first guy they pick is Aleister Crowley. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He is probably the most wicked man on earth. He's super evil. Then Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology, another crazy person.
He's definitely crazy.
Walt Disney, a known pedophile cartoon animator, right? Pedophile. Werner von Braun, a Nazi rocket scientist, and then we have Jack Parsons, another occultist. Okay, these are the founders of NASA. NASA is a Freemasonic, Jesuit-run occult group to control our minds. They use spells. That's how they get away with most of the stuff they do. One of the spells is they have us in a spell, believing that we're a spinning ball flying through an infinite space vacuum in a godless or distant God universe, when the complete opposite is true. We are at the center of creation. All of the things that we see in the sky are within the Earth system, and we here are in this intelligently created system.
All right, so it is interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry,
One. Okay, Robin. Sorry.
No, go.
All right, so granted, if NASA, right, is just a show, if you will, right? How do you explain space? Because a lot of the stuff that we learn from space comes from NASA, like gravity, different planets, different galaxies, things like that. How do you, if NASA isn't it, how do you explain everything else that comes with that? Everything else that comes with space. Everything
you know about space, every image, every story comes from either NASA or Disney, and then you have zero proof, right? They tell us that the space, the Hubble telescope is taking all of these amazing pictures. The Hubble telescope is complete and total garbage. Nobody's ever, the Hubble telescope doesn't make any sense. Think about this. Here on Earth, when we have a giant telescope looking up, it's on a massive cement pad that's like 10 feet thick. And when they're taking a long-term, long exposure shot of the deep space, the technician can't even walk near the telescope because the slight vibration of his non-shoed feet, walking around in his socks, might vibrate the telescope a little bit and ruin the picture. But meanwhile, we're supposed to believe that this tin can wrapped in tinfoil is falling around the Earth at 17,000 miles an hour. The Earth is corkscrewing through space in 4 different directions at once, and somehow it's able to focus on distant stars. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. This is an actual picture of the Hubble telescope. Okay. Remember what this looks like. This is like from 23 years ago or whatever it was. Right. And then just the other day, they did a repair mission on the telescope. And this is the picture that they show us. It's the same picture. It's the same picture. They didn't even make a new one. Okay. The Hubble telescope is also supposed to be in the thermosphere where it's like 3,000 degrees. Can you tell me a camera that can operate in 3,000 degrees? Absolute, utter nonsense.
Unless it's made of Kevlar.
Kevlar can't operate in 3,000 degrees or whatever. So if I showed you NASA, like, let's talk about the space station. If they were caught lying, faking space just once, that should be enough to unwind it to we never even went to the moon, right? But if I showed you 50 things, that should do it too. But I can show you 500 things. It's endless, right? So the International Space Station is basically just they do it different ways. So one way they do it, they have a 0G plane. We know what a 0G flight is, and they get 30, 40 seconds of weightlessness. Another way they do it, they're hanging from wires in a green screen studio, and they're doing stuff. Here's the guys. Now these guys are in a green screen studio. Watch what happens, right? And you look, they've got harnesses on. Why do they have belts, big heavy belts and heavy cargo pants when they're in space? Look, he moved his arm and it glitched. Green screen. There it is. Okay, green screen.
Oh wow.
Why are they using a green screen in space?
Oh,
right? This happens all the time.
In that space, right.
This happens all the time.
Guys, do you have any other questions before I ask my next one?
Well, I got more NASA stuff if you want to see a couple more. Here's Chris Hatfield.
Let's go.
Loves singing. And so these guys are in different rooms. They figured to have Chris Hatfield upside down. And the guy holding the microphone mistakes where Chris actually is, and he sticks the microphone in his neck. It's in his neck. This is obvious fakery. Okay. He sticks it in his neck. Chris doesn't miss a note. It's ridiculous. Right. And then when they're showing guys, this is done on a 0G plane. Look at this guy comes in. His head is transparent. Watch again. I'll go back again. And when they fade him into the scene, watch his head, it becomes transparent. You can see right through his head. Okay. Again, just editing and complete and total crap. Right? This was at the end of a quick press conference, and everything that was floating glitched out, and they quickly cut away as soon as they saw it. And unfortunately for them, we grabbed it.
So the idea here is that billions of dollars have been put into confusing us, to tricking us into believing a heliocentric model versus a more geocentric model. So 2 questions here is, this is billions of dollars, Dave.
Well, what
go
ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
Billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Year after year after year. We've been putting billions of dollars into NASA since the Cold War, right or wrong?
Well, that's what they tell us. I mean, money is, they don't need, the elite don't need money because they go like this and they make money. Okay. They need to control us with money. They need to let us work for money Then they take half of it away in taxes. And then they literally control us with money. They don't need money. NASA gets $63 million a day. Do they really? I bet NASA gets about $2 million a year because that's all they need. Right. But they get $63 million a day of our money. That's what they tell us. Right. And, they're telling us they want to go to Mars, right, and build a habitat on Mars that doesn't have any air. There's no air on Mars, 1% atmosphere. There's no water. Now all of a sudden they found water. Why don't they just build a dome in Ethiopia? Right. The supply lines to get stuff there would be a lot easier. And there's already air here. And, there's so many things that they can do. But if you look at, at SpaceX, everything they do is fake. If you watch, even the other day they had Michael Strahan, right?
Yeah.
They didn't show you any footage. They didn't show you anything that couldn't have been done in the studio. And his comment is, it's unreal. I want to go back. Break that down. It's not real. It's not real. Okay. That's what they quoted, right? They're actually laughing at us. When they show us these rocket launches, they always film the Jeff Bezos, dick-looking rocket doing this. Always. Okay. Why do they do that? Why do they do that? Because they're literally mocking us with their nonsense, right?
But to what end is my question? Like
Good
a
question. We're going to answer
governmental
that.
company can't have better. My first question was $1 billion company, $1 billion entity. Not even $1 billion because you said money don't matter, right? So an elite entity with resources out the wazoo.
Mhm.
They can't afford a better editor. They can't afford better.
That's a great question. And I actually think that they do it on purpose because in this world, there's rules and they're not allowed to break our free will. So they don't make it that hard. They tell us everything that they're doing. Right. NASA doesn't lie to us. They twist words and they give us clues. And if we're too stupid to see it and say, no, I do not consent, then we do it. The only control they have over us is in our imaginations. Right. And everything that's done in this world is done by offer and contract. And it's only when we agree that we agree. It's if we actually say, and play their game. Instead of saying no, we have to do a counter offer. That's all. That's a whole nother show. But
so it's kind of like,
what's that?
Sorry.
No,
so it's kind of like the theory where you can't, like a demon can't just come into your home. They have to be invited in.
Exactly. And so they have to be invited in. So what if the world was set up more like this? Hold on. Let me show you this first. So if the world is set up more like this, where instead of it being a spinning ball in a space vacuum, we're in what we call the Antarctic basin, right? Large bodies of water at rest need a container. Well, the container of our world is the shoreline of Antarctica. What do I mean by that, right? So Antarctica is the highest land on Earth, okay? Right? They tell us Antarctica is an island at the bottom of our ball, but they tell us it's the highest land on Earth. I always found that weird. Like, why is Antarctica higher than the rest of the land on Earth? It has the highest mountains, higher than all others, right? And it's the highest land on Earth. So the way I look at it is Antarctica is the shoreline. Whoops, where'd I go? Antarctica is the shoreline of our world pond. Right? If it was lower, water would flow to the next lower spot. So we live here and we live inside this pink line because this pink line is 60 degrees south. That's the Antarctic Treaty. And that 60 degrees south, nobody is allowed to go beyond that line without authorization. Yeah, you can go to that little peninsula in Antarctica and take a really expensive vacation for 3 days. You're not allowed off the boat when you are just for a little bit. No one's allowed to explore the outer lands of Antarctica. And in the 1950s, Admiral Byrd flew out there and said there's more resources than all the world needs, untouched land, no human has ever set foot upon. And then they come up with the Antarctic Treaty. No one's allowed to go there. We have to protect the penguins and the ice. We have to protect the penguins and the ice, but we can deforest the Amazon, the lungs of our world. It's like this treaty is still in place today, and it's the longest standing treaty ever, right? Longest standing treaty ever, and nobody has challenged it, okay? and you're not allowed to question it until the year 2043. That's since 1959. You can't even question it. No corporation go, we want to go there. There's oil, there's uranium, there's gold, all sorts of stuff. Nothing. No one's allowed to go there. Why? And that's because if we went there, we'd find out what the heck's going on. We'd find out, that the Earth is not a globe. So what is out there? Well, again, anything beyond the shoreline of Antarctica is pure speculation, or anything above, higher than we can reach. Again, it's speculation, but I like to speculate. What if we lived here? The elite have put us in a prison by saying no one's allowed to go here. But there's stories of people going beyond there and finding an open way and finding more land, more land, extra territory, extra terra, extraterrestrials. If somebody lived there, they would be an extraterrestrial from where? The outer space. We live here in the inner space. Here is the outer space. Okay.
Hey, I have a question that's a little off of this topic. Right. So if you say that the Earth is flat, how do you explain the fact that we're all in different time zones, like how we're talking now at night?
Yeah.
And across the world, you have people in China eating breakfast. How would you explain that?
Yeah. So first, let me explain circumnavigation, and then I'll jump into time zones, because circumnavigation will help you understand it.
All right.
So on the flat Earth, the center of the flat Earth is where we have our magnetic pole, right? So I have a magnet here, and this is a compass. Notice the needle is pointing towards it. So I'm trying to push this compass west, and I have to keep turning to maintain a heading of 270 degrees west. West is not a straight line. This doesn't prove the Earth is flat or a globe, because it works the same on both. If I want to go east, I can't go in a straight line. I have to keep turning, because I have to keep that needle pointed towards the north. So east and west are circles. Most people don't realize that. If I want to go dead west and not turn, like, okay, I got my compass on west, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm just going to go straight. As soon as I start going, I'm heading south. As soon as I start moving, I'm no longer heading west. I'm heading south, because I'm not correcting my course. Every one of these lines is heading south. Okay. Now, if I dead reckon south on a flat Earth, you shouldn't pop up on the other side. Like if Santiago, you want to out, you'd end up over here if you were on a globe. Boom, like that. But no one's ever done it. When you go south, you don't come back. Nobody has circumnavigated south. Now I'm heading north. And as soon as I pass the North Pole, compass did a 180. Now I'm heading south. South. Every straight line is south. Every straight line becomes south, no matter what direction you point. That's a flat Earth, right? So nobody has circumnavigated to the south. Many airplanes have circumnavigated. Many people left New York to the east and went all the way around and came all the way back, right?
Yeah.
Billions of people have done it. 0 have done south-north circumnavigation. Nobody's done south-north circumnavigation. People say, well, what about Amelia Earhart? Amelia Earhart, she went east or west. She just basically, this is east. I'm heading east. This is all east. Or she went this way, it's west. West. She circumnavigated the lake. She just flew around. Airplanes fly straight and level over the Earth plane. So now let's talk about seasons and time zones. So
wait. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let me get so. And what I gather from, like, the first thing when you were going into extraterrestrials and extra territory, like, does that eliminate the idea of a vast space vacuum and put in that place of an idea more of a vast Earth vacuum?
Well, so there's no vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. You can't have a high pressure next to low pressure without a physical barrier. So if space is a vacuum, you have to have some sort of enclosure. But I don't believe space is a vacuum. I believe space is water. Maybe it's why NASA has all of their terms about space being nautical terms, ships and the Sea of Tranquility and docking, and it's all nautical terms. That's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. But I don't believe there is a vacuum because it's physically, it's scientifically impossible. You can't have the official story is nothing exploded and became everything. And then all of the gases turned into these giant burning balls that had tons of mass and gravity, and all of the rocks turned into planets, and they left a vacuum in between. Now we have burning balls of gas in a vacuum. That's retarded. Okay. It's absolute insanity. So before we get into that, and remind me when we're done with this, we're going to talk about other planets and life coming from other planets, and how absolutely absurd what we see in the sky, that's what we see in the sky. So this is my app called the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. Wherever the sun is noon.
Wait, hold on.
So
say the
noon.
name of that app one more time. Let's make sure
the name of,
say the name of the app.
The name of the app is the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. If you want to find it, you can either just scan this or go to flatearthdave.com. Flatearthdave.com. Everything's there. But listen, the app's $3. I'm not here to sell apps. I'm here to give you the tools that you need to wake up. If you want to spend the $3, God bless you. And if not, don't worry about it. Just go read the reviews in the App Store and you'll become a flat earther. You don't even need to buy the app. So look here how you see how the light kind of wraps around. It's not like half, it's wrapping around. So if there's a dome over us, the optics of the light when the sun is out here will wrap around. I could show you the optics after this, but the sun migrates between the two tropics, the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. I know you've heard them, but you may not have okay, that's what stars. I don't quite understand it. But what it is the Tropic of Capricorn is this outer yellow line. On December 21st, the sun is over the Tropic of Capricorn. That's when, where are you guys located?
We're in New York.
You're in New York. I'm in Connecticut, dude. You in the city?
That's
That's not that far.
I'm right in Greenwich, right on the Connecticut and New York border there.
Awesome train ride.
Yeah, I'm 35 minutes from the city. So we're having our winter now. Why? Because our small local sun is out south. It's like if you go out in the street and you got all the street lights and you're standing under a street light, the street light over your head, that's your summer sun. It's high above your head. It's close to you, right? Imagine that's a big heat lamp and you're standing under it. You're like, there's my heat lamp. Then you look at a street light, a couple blocks down the road, that light is lower in the sky, even though it's at the same height. It looks lower because it's over there. It's no longer up here. It's over there. It's farther away. That's your winter sun. So right now, Australia, South America, South Africa, they're having their summer because the sun is over their head. Now, if I jump the sun forward 5 months to June, the sun moves into the Tropic of Cancer. We're having our summer. Okay. Right now, in June, it's hot in Miami. Why? Sun is directly over Miami. It's hot in Mexico, Southern California, because the sun is directly over them. It's high in the sky. It's colder in Australia because the sun is farther away. Okay. Our North Pole is called the Arctic, and our South Pole, which doesn't exist, is called the Antarctic, right? Just remember those two words. They use words to cast spells. They use words to tell us the truth that we don't see. If you're inside of the Tropic of Cancer, inside the circle, we can consider that the Arctic North area. You're in the Arctic. The Arctic. The sun is ticking around us in an arc, arcing around us. If you're here, it's arcing around you. Sun goes around you. Okay. If you're out here outside of the Tropic of Capricorn, the sun doesn't arc around you. It comes towards you and then it antarcts away. That would be the Antarctic. Okay. They're telling us with the words. Okay. In the north, in June, at whatever latitude north we are, 6 months later in the south, at the southern latitude, equal latitude, you should have the same sun, the same weather, the same everything. But that's not the case. It's very, very different. It's very, very different. In the north here, in June, when the sun sets, how long is it still light for, guys? It's light for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
That's
Right.
still light. In the South, 6 months later, places like in Africa, because the sun is moving faster, it's got this circle has more yardage, more mileage than our smaller circles. So the sun is moving at the same degrees per hour, but it's moving faster miles per hour. When the sun goes out, when the sun sets, 5 minutes later, it's pitch black. At an equal latitude that where we have 2 hours of light, they have 5 minutes until it's pitch black. Okay. That's because we're not on a spinning ball flying through an infinite space vacuum. So time zones are very simple. If I turn on the time zones, it'll just show you. Here are the time zones. Let me stop that. So right now it's noon right here in Eastern Australia. It's midnight over here. And the sun is small and close. Now people say, well, if the earth is flat, how come we don't see the sun all the time? And that's because where's I got a image. Oh yeah. That's because sunlight doesn't go forever. For example, here's the street light. I want that. Here's here's our street lights going in the distance. They look like they're going down. Well, here's the sun. It goes down. And as you're looking across the atmosphere, see this stuff right here? This is like the thickness of the atmosphere. The sun actually just gets compressed into the horizon, and then it goes away and it sets behind that. It's not really going below it. It just sets to it. So let me show you a quick demonstration and then I'll throw it back to you guys. Where is my kitchen? Here we go. So I did an experiment. I call it my flat earth kitchen, right? So look at this line. This is the path of the sun, and you can see that it's level. We're looking at it from an elevated point of view, right? I'm moving the sun along it. And here, this could be a skyline of mountains. It could just be an opaque cloud deck, but the sun is above it, never goes below it. Now I got a camera on the counter, which is all the way down here on the far end of the counter, watching this thing go away. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like from that point of view. If I showed you this first, I would say, is this line level? And you go, no, it's going down. And I would say, is this sun going below this opaque barrier? And you'd be like, absolutely. Well, it's not. I just showed you that it's going level, but this is the perspective from a terrestrial point of view. And here it is. Look at the line now. It's almost going straight down, but it's still the same level line. All right. And at a distance, this high mountaintop cloud deck is merged into the horizon. Okay. Now, here we go again. Here's a real sunset. Look what's happening. The sun is going behind the atmospheric deck of opacity. It looks just like it. It looks exactly like it. When I look from Connecticut here, I can see the Whitestone Bridge, and literally the clouds are merging with the bridge into the water. The whole thing is just compressed. Well, I know that those clouds are 5,000, 10,000 feet above it, but it all comes together. Okay. And this is what happens. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's great.
Yeah,
is.
dude,
I need some points for that, though.
It's amazing. Now look, you see the difference between this apparent horizon and then what's it going behind here? If I zoomed my camera out, the distance between where the sun is going behind here and this, what we think is the horizon, it literally, I zoom out, it would just become one. You can't even see that. So when you zoom in, it opens up everything from a terrestrial point of view. Right? Here's another one more. Let's take this a little farther. So, you know, the lights look like they're rising, but they're just coming towards us. Our brain knows that, right? So here's a little demonstration. So this guy is looking up at a cloud, and the cloud is up there. Okay. So then when we have a nice cumulus cloud day, they're all sitting on that nice deck, right? It's like they're sitting on a layer, right? So here are all the clouds on the layer. They're all at the same layer, but they look like they're getting lower into the distance. We've all seen this, right? You with me, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy is going to now look at, like, he's here in Greenwich, and he's going to look at a cloud over the Whitestone Bridge. Well, that cloud's over here. Here's the Whitestone Bridge, right? So he draws a line from his eye, actually like a string. We draw a string from his eye to that cloud. From his point of view, that string is parallel with the water going down Long Island Sound, right? That line from his point of view looks level. Don't you agree? Pretty level, close to level, right?
A little bit.
Right. But
Very cool,
say
yeah.
now you guys are in Long Island. I mean, in New York, you're standing under the cloud that he's seeing, and you can see the string that goes from his eye to the cloud. You're going to see a string going from 5,000 feet in the air, sloping down to Greenwich. Right? That's from your point of view. You're both looking at the same thing. He sees a level line. You see this line. So now this is what's really going on from his point of view. The sun is just moving along. His point of view, his opaque cloud deck, atmospheric deck is along this line. So when the sun moves beyond, it sets because it's blocked, but his perspective makes that look levels. This is what's really going on, right? From his point of view, this guy's point of view, but this is what he sees coming up. This is what he sees because perspective pushes everything down into the horizon. So he sees the sun going down and getting blocked by that deck. They don't teach us this shit in school. Matter of fact, they don't teach us anything. They don't teach you to think. They teach you to memorize the Rockefeller-funded textbooks. And if you do that, you get a pass, you get your diploma. But if you question it, you go to the principal's office and you get a friggin' D or an F. Okay? Amazing, right?
I'm mind blown because I learned more doing this conversation than I learned in school period. So yeah, this is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
100%. And when you actually take the time to observe in certain areas where you don't have mountains, like if you look west from New York, there's mountains in Pennsylvania and New Jersey that will block the mountain, the sun. But if there's other places in the world where you have, clear conditions and the sun will clearly just go away, you have to believe that we're falling over backwards, or is this sun just moving away? Right? The sun is just moving away. I got a better one for you. This was filmed by a soldier in Afghanistan. Super dry, super clear, and the sun is just moving away, getting smaller and smaller like you would expect it to be in the flat earth model. But most of the time we're looking through over water, magnification, all sorts of stuff. And there's all, I always say the optics of the sky are no way to prove the earth is flat, but the shape of the earth, but you actually can. And Paul McCartney saying, the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, but the eyes in his head see the world spinning around. Absolute nonsense. So, can I show you one more thing, and then we'll go back?
Yeah,
sure.
So we're you guys believe, and by the way, I was you. Don't get, but and when people ask me these questions, I got everyone wrong. So here we go. How fast is the Earth spinning? Do you know at the equator?
I believe I heard about 93 million miles a minute or something.
No, it's spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, right? Because it's 24,000 miles around. 1,000 miles an hour would make it go around once a day. Makes perfect sense. 1,000 miles an hour is faster than the speed of sound. So if I'm watching the sunset, the sun's not going away. I'm falling over backwards on a ball faster than the speed of sound. That's the heliocentric story, right? That's ridiculous. Okay. We're orbiting the sun. So we're orbiting the sun in an elliptical space, speeding up and slowing down with an average speed of 66,600 miles per hour. Does that make sense to you? Does that make any sense whatsoever? Okay. And not really. And then we're chasing the sun at 500,000 miles per hour. Okay. We're chasing the sun at 500,000 miles per hour. This is called the hypersonic sled track, right? You can just Google this and you can watch it with sound because sound will blow you away. This thing just went by at Mach 8.6. Mach 8.6, right? We're orbiting the sun 10 times faster than that. We're chasing the sun 100 times faster than that. But when we go out into nature, nature doesn't lie. Look at this water, right? Does that look like we're going in 4 different directions at once? Does this look like it's moving in any way, shape, or form? You stop your foot on the ground next to that, a ripple's going to go all the way across it. You carry a plate of water in a car and that car takes a turn, that water is sloshing all over the place. Okay? Nature doesn't lie. Men lie.
True.
Which is true. But I do have a question regarding that, though.
Bring it.
Because you do say we are traveling about 1,000 miles per hour in space, right? But everything is still. Yeah, according to them. However,
Wait, can I
With
predict your
gravity-
question? Can I? All right, go ahead. Go ahead. I was going to guess what you're going to say, but go ahead.
No, I want to see it. Guess what he gonna say? Hold on, guess what-
It's either that we're going, it's like I'm in an airplane and I can sit there and drink a glass of water and take a walk and I don't even feel that I'm moving, right? Or is it something? Did I get that wrong?
Yeah, definitely. So
Sorry.
it's all good. It's all
I've
good.
heard it all though. Go ahead.
One of the things I do have. Let's try having it. I'm like, that's not it. But one of the things I do have issue with that philosophy is that, gravity does play a big role into that, big role into us being stable while we're moving around at that type of speed, So what's your thoughts when it comes down to that? And with gravity and us moving.
So which gravity you're talking about? Einsteinian gravity that says mass attracting mass, or Newtonian gravity, or maybe I got that wrong. Where the bending of space-time, right? Because they changed the definition of gravity not that long ago, right? Because they can't even make it up. You ask Neil deGrasse Tyson, the failed actor who pretends to be a scientist, he says, we don't know what gravity is, and they make up 96% of it to be dark matter and dark energy that no one's ever seen, no one's ever measured, and it makes no sense, but they're making it up to make their equations work. They make up everything. So what is gravity? Like, point down, guys. We're all pointing down. Down is this way. Up is this way. Left and right, forward and back, depend on which way you're facing. But in the South, people say the stars go in the opposite direction. No, they don't. Everywhere on Earth, the sun, moon, and stars all rise in the east, set in the west. No matter where you are, rise in the east, set in the west. Okay? That's because they're circling around the Earth plane. Rise in the east, set in the west. Period. The optics of the sky are no way to prove the shape of the Earth. So what is gravity? Well, we live in an electromagnetic system, and the ground has a negative charge to it. Measurable, testable, scientifically provable negative charge. All right. The air, the sky, the dome is positively charged. So when you lift up off the Earth, anything, it's now in a positively charged area. And the negative says, hey, down is this way. It's a weak force, just like they say gravity is a weak force. Down is this way. Then buoyancy and density sort everything else out. If I had some styrofoam pellets in my hand, some marbles, and a helium balloon, and I threw them, the balloon's going to go up, the styrofoam and the marbles are going to go down. If they landed on water, the marbles will go to the bottom, and the styrofoam will stay on top, all sorting themselves out because of buoyancy and density. The styrofoam is less dense than the water. The marbles are more dense. They go to the bottom. The helium is less dense than the air around it. It goes up. But down is this way because of the negative charge of the Earth. Well, how can we prove that? If you get something that you can keep a negative charge in it that outweighs the Earth, like we put a negative charge in it, so we got little wires going in it, we put a negative charge, why does it lift up? Why does a negative charge defy gravity? Or is it just defying the negative charge of the Earth? Okay. This is going up because it has a negative charge to it. We can do all sorts of experiments showing you, this is a little harder to see. This is a Van de Graaff generator that puts a negative charge in things. And we got a plate here, a metal plate, and another plate here. I'll zoom in. And we have different things. We have sawdust, hair, pieces of paper. And when we crank up the Van de Graaff, it gets the negative charge, things start going up. Why are they going up? Again, okay? And not just metal, like wood and everything. So it's this electric magnetic system that we live in, and down is down, up is up. Go ahead.
Okay, so electromagnetism plays a bigger role in keeping us on the ground than gravity would, because gravity is more
it's a made up nonsensical thing. Yeah. What if when Newton was there and the apple fell into a tub of water, would he have gone, what the hell's going on here? Why is it floating in the water? Right? He'd have to start thinking about buoyancy and density. So, everything they tell us is complete and total and utter nonsense. You asked me why the lie. So let's talk about why the lie. So I don't want to save it to the end in case we run out of time. So why the lie?
Because
that's the personal question. I don't want a detailed answer, do you guys believe in a creator, a God, a creator, an entity, an intelligence better than us or bigger than us?
Yes.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay. Yeah. Good. But I used to be, I don't believe any of that. Right. I believe the whole, lightning struck, pond scum created and turned into a fish that climbed out of the water, found another sexy fish that grew legs, had a monkey, and then the monkey had a human. I believed all that nonsense. You have to believe that if you believe in heliocentrism. But then I found out that none of the stuff they tell us about the earth makes any sense. The Big Bang is complete and total nonsense. And then I realized, wow, the earth is not a ball. It's intelligently designed. Therefore, there's a creator. The evil bastards that run this world, and I'm being nice by calling them evil bastards, they're soulless, godless. They hate God, and they don't want you knowing that there's a creator, because there's a verse in the Bible, and probably in other religious books too, that says, once you see my creation, you have no excuse to deny my existence anymore. And that's the truth. I was forced to accept that there is a creator. And then once I realized that, it's my personal journey of my relationship with the creator. And it's everyone's personal journey. When someone goes, well, what God do you believe in? What, that's none of anyone's business. Okay. But I know there's a creator because it's proven. So these bastards, they don't want you knowing that there's more land, that there's free energy, that there's, that we're at the center of creation. They don't want us knowing that we have the power. That they don't want us knowing that God exists. They don't want us knowing anything. They want us thinking that we're infinite, we're powerless little specks in an infinite space vacuum where an asteroid could take us out at any moment. Asteroids don't exist. Where we're running out of fuel and energy. Untrue. It's unlimited and it's free. Okay. We're running out of food. Nonsense. I can plant a garden in my yard and feed my entire neighborhood. Okay. Water will fall from the sky and make the seed that I stuck in the ground turn into food. Right. They don't want us to know that, they want us working and slaving away at our slave jobs to pay for power and food and housing. Basically, that's it. Imagine if everybody was just, they've brainwashed us into thinking that we need government, govern the mind, government, mind is mint, government, right? They brainwashed us into that as a child. They brainwashed us into believing in the ball before we even went to school. Then we go to school. There's a globe in the front of the class, right? They teach us about the orbits of the sun, moon, and the planets, right? That's one of the first things that they teach us in school. Why? Indoctrination. They make that the foundation of our world, and then people will fight to remain plugged in the system, just like Morpheus says, some people aren't ready to be unplugged. You guys are ready to be unplugged. I'm just giving you the information right now. And now here's the thing. Belief is the enemy of knowing. This is a quote by Crow 777 Radio. If you guys ever want to subscribe to a podcast that's going to teach you more than any college could ever teach you, and it's super awesome, crow777radio.com podcast. His stuff is amazing, but belief is the enemy of knowing. Where do I live, guys?
Connecticut.
Okay.
Do you know that?
Yeah, you just told us.
Do we know it?
Do you know it or do you believe it?
I mean, I don't know. I can't
believe it strictly based on what you said.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can say you're in Connecticut.
So
but you
definitely.
like
So you believe it, and I seem like a good, honest guy, right? And so you have a belief. You've never verified it. Okay. You have a belief that the earth is a globe. You've never verified it. Nobody has ever shown you anything other than cartoons and told you nonsense and equations. Okay. They've told you nonsense. So you believe the earth is a globe. You never were shown any proof. You believe I live in Greenwich. I do. Okay. I do. I'm not lying. And it'll take you.
We don't know that.
You could probably take an hour and research it. You could say, all right, let's find out this fucker, Dave Weiss. You could find, oh, look, he went to Greenwich High School. I found his yearbook online. There he is on Facebook. He's in the Greenwich High School Facebook group. All right, you can verify.
That's what you want us to think, though.
No. But here's the thing. Right. I could be scamming the whole thing. If you want to believe something, it's so easy. I believe it. All right, I'm done. Let's go drink some beers, take a nap, watch a movie. It doesn't matter. Your whole day's done. Or do you want to know something? You got to research it. You got to think about it. You got to do the effort. But here's the thing, guys. I went to school. I was good in school. I did well in school. I got good grades. I didn't get straight A's, but I got B's and A's. And I didn't really love school. Because the shit that they were teaching us is nonsense. It's just horrible. This stuff is so fucking interesting that you're going to love it. Flat earthers don't sleep because we're too excited to learn more stuff, right? So if you Google flat earth, you're going to get nothing. They talked about it in the Senate hearings about fake news, and they use the example of flat earth. They don't want us knowing that they are, they don't want us finding anything. And so they talked about, well, if you Google flat earth, we're going to give them more authoritative information. They're feeding you garbage. Google flat earth on YouTube, nonsense, all crap. And you'll watch it and you go, oh man, flat earth is really stupid. And then you'll leave. So I created this app, the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. And here's the thing. You guys know about Bitcoin? You know about cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm giving 3 Bitcoins for 1 globe proof. And here's the challenge. You get the app, you click on this, the daily video, up opens YouTube, and up comes the video of the day. And watch the video every day for 2 weeks. And then either you'll lose the respect of your friends and family because you'll be a flat earther, or you think you'll have a proof. And if you have a proof, you can send it to me. Before you do, you have to click this button here, the question mark, and up comes the most frequently asked questions. Like, hey, what about seasons? We talked about that. Hey, what about ships over the horizon? If I click that, up comes a playlist of videos that Google will not serve you. They're out there, but they're shadow banned, right? You won't find these videos. And again, where do you get your information from? YouTube? Well, YouTube's a library of nonsense and good stuff. You got to sort it out, but it's hard to find the good stuff when they're hiding it. It's all being hidden. So watch this and then go do your own experiments, right? That's what happened to me. That's how I became a flat earther. Ships going over the horizon. I went out and bought a P900 super zoom camera, and I went out to Long Island Sound. And I started zooming in on people on the beaches in Long Island. Well, there should be 25, 30 feet of curvature from where I was, from the height I was, right? I could look underneath the Whitestone Bridge from Darien, Connecticut. Okay. I shouldn't be able to see the top of that bridge. I can see underneath the bridge. I shouldn't be able to see the top of the stanchions. Okay. It should be behind a physical curve. A globe earth requires a physical horizon. At a certain point, everything's going to go behind a physical layer, but that's not the way it is. We can zoom in on things. So there's your frequently asked questions. There's all sorts of other resources in here. Down there's a curvature calculator on the bottom row there. Top row towards the right, you got my my interviews. This interview will be there. So if you want to see more stuff like that, it's there. There's books about flat earth that you didn't know existed. Amazing books, right? There's all sorts of other stuff, different languages, playlists of different languages. But the most amazing thing is, hey, is Dave the only crazy person here? You hit the little handshake button and up comes a map. And these are the flat earthers that are near me. All those orange dots are new people within the last 60 days that have got the app and put a name in the friend finder. So this circle right here is, I have it set for 50 kilometers, and within 50 kilometers, there's 261 people, right? And I could send them a message like, hey, I'm going to the gin mill on the Upper West Side Saturday at 2:00. Come on down, $2 beers, and boom, all the flat earthers show up there. And we take over the place. And then all the other innocent people that went there to watch sports, they come home and they go, yeah, the team lost, but the earth is flat. And then their life is ruined.
Well, Mr. David, I am mind blown. And we got so many more questions. I know time is pretty much over, but we got to bring it back to part 2. We have to.
Yeah, definitely got to be a part 2 for the questions though, because
we do got more questions.
100%. So here's the challenge I have for you guys. Get the app. You guys all have iPhones, I'm assuming, because you're in New York.
I have my iPhone.
Because we're in New York.
I'm an Android kind of guy.
Send whoever has the Android. Use the email that you guys communicated with me with. Send me. Say, hey, I have an Android. I'll send you a free download for the app. The iPhone users, you got to pay the $3. Okay.
Bro.
Hey,
All right, but
listen, you with your fancy iPhone, you know, you got to pay the $3.
That's phonism.
And then start watching the daily video. The little button next to it that says archive. If you don't want to wait until the next day, hit the archive button. All the videos are there by month and year for the last 3 years. Just start watching those videos, and then soon you'll be like, I don't ever want to watch TV again. This stuff is so friggin' interesting, right? In the app, if you go to here, let me pull that back. The web button, which is the second row, the button that looks like a web. Why is that there? Get rid of that. Oops. The second button that looks like a web. If I hit that, up comes on the bottom row, second from the right, it says full length videos, FE movies. You hit that button. You know, instead of watching a movie on a Friday night, watch one of these. These are full length videos. I challenge you to get through 3 of those videos and not be a 100% globe denier. You will completely give up on the globe, right? So there's so much information in here. Top right, the lost history of flat Earth. Now that's a 5-hour video, that first one. And when that was first sent to me, I'm like, I ain't watching no 5-hour video, even though I love flat Earth, right? I challenge anybody to watch 10 minutes. And then you'll say, all right, I'm going to watch 10 minutes more. And then 20 minutes later, you're not going to turn it off. You will not be able to turn it off. I actually resisted watching that one for you know, bunch of days. And then one night it was like 11 o'clock. I was doing some stuff. I was, let me just throw this on for a few minutes. Right. It's Sunday night and I'm doing some stuff and I'm watching it. And I stopped multitasking. I'm watching it. Next thing I know, it's 4 a.m. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. Right. And I had to watch it again, like a day or two later. It will blow your mind. So here's a challenge. We'll do this again in a month or so. Okay. And I want you guys to start watching those videos so you can come back with some real tough questions. I want you to ask me the toughest questions you can find, but you're going to learn so much. I'm so excited to see you guys again, because I'm going to come back and you guys are all going to be like, I got questions, but I know the earth is not a globe. I got questions, but anyone that thinks the earth is a globe is a fool, right? Not that you guys are fools, but once you see it, you can't believe that you ever believed it before. Once you see it, you know, people kick and scream. Like when I was dragged into flat earth, I equate it to like a teenage girl being dragged into a pit of alligators, right? I just did not want to look. This is ridiculous. I don't have time for this crap, right? And then I did it. I quit my own job. Guys, I had my own business. I was doing really well. I was in corporate America. I started my own company. I'm the CEO of my own company. I could do whatever I want. I walked away from it all to do this because this message is more important. Waking up you guys right here is more fulfilling than anything else I could do. It's up to you. I just showed you there's a whole shitload of doors that you've never seen. I just pointed to them. I unlocked them and I'm giving you access. Now it's up to you, red pill, blue pill, which one you want. Okay.
Well, listen, man, this definitely does give me a lot of time to do some, like, you know, real hard on research to see, you know, where we at with it, you know, and then we'll go when we do invite you back on, because it's definitely going to be a part 2. We can definitely ask like some real breaking questions, like, all right, what's going on with this, you know, in this scene, like, how do you explain that? So, you know, it's definitely going to be this is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for part 2. I'm ready for part 2 too. We're gonna bring it back. We're gonna talk about more stuff.
No problem.
We got a lot more questions, but
guys, you got your homework to do and have fun doing it. Send me a link when this is up and I'll share it around and then good luck. Welcome to Flat Earth.
Oh, you got you. But before you go, drop your social media and everywhere they can reach you.
My Instagram is the Flat Earth Podcast. My YouTube channel is DITRH right here. DITRH. It's the initials for Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. Lots of short videos there. Everything's under 5 minutes. Okay. But if you want to find the app, you want to find my podcast, the Flat Earth Podcast, just go to flatearthdave.com. All the links are there. flatearthdave.com. And that's the beginning of your journey. flatearthdave.com. Anybody that has a show that wants to book me, you can get in touch with me there. You can download the app. You can find my podcast. Listen to the podcast while you're taking a walk. It's good stuff. All right, guys, I do have to go. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you for showing up.
Man.
All right.
Definitely got to do this again.
Thanks, man. Bye-bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Well, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to this latest episode of the Premiere Podcast. That was an amazing interview. We definitely gonna bring back David to the show. How y'all feel about it?
Oh, when you come back, grilling them though.
Oh yeah,
You get
definitely.
Yeah,
Because for me personally, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, he had some amazing points. He did explain about the government, taking certain steps and going through a lot of mental gymnastics to keep us, boxed in. That's a fact. However, the whole flat Earth situation, I'm still on the fence on, because of the fact that, one, you gotta explain gravity. He showed us a video with a triangle, with a metal triangle. Of course, that's gonna happen when you turn the negative to positive off, because it's metal. We are human. We're made of mostly fluid. That's a little different, So that's gonna be something to, really revisit when we come back down the road again. Also, we got to get into them about this COVID situation, because you already know that's going around all over the city.
Yeah, we got a lot of David. We still got a lot of questions. So when we bring you back, we got some more questions to ask you. But yeah, this is the end of the show. So y'all already know this is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman. Mr. Gentleman, like the podcast every Sunday at 12 a.m. We on Anchor, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Good Positive, and many more. We are not on Spotify at the moment, but once we're back on the platform. When you're back on the platform, I got y'all, compensation my music return.
Stop playing with it.
Yeah. Mr. Gentleman, like I present the old school show with myself in the Star Riding Ride. The new season, end of this month. Mr. Gentleman, like the podcast present a conversation about music returns first week of February. Yeah, y'all think, bros? Yeah, I think.
You already know what it is. It's your man's King Talk Sands. You can follow me on IG, Aaron Sands Premiere. That's AARONSANDSPREMIERE. New episodes of King Talk coming soon. Matter of fact, the next episode of King Talk, I will have a very special announcement regarding the future of King Talk and season 3. You don't want to miss that. King Talk is streaming on all streaming platforms, including Spotify. They can play with y'all. They ain't playing with me, bro. All streaming platforms.
Yeah.
I wish they would. Listen. Also, if you're in the New York City area and you're trying to find a good place to turn up with your girls, fellas, you're trying to turn up with your guys, trying to catch some girls at the club, look no further than Best Saturday Party at Taj, 48th West 21st Street, between 5th and 6th Avenues, New York City. Say Premiere at the door. New York City hottest DJs on deck. On top of that, we got the hottest promoters out here on the streets running the party. And yours truly, Aaron Sands, Ken the Gentleman, we out here holding it down at Taj. So you already know. Say Premiere at the door. Table reservations only. You got to book a table. You got to pop some bottles. And before you even do all of that, you got to get vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like I said, your body, your choice. But if you make that choice, you can pull up to Taj. If you don't make that choice, cop some bottles and do it at home. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to pull up to Taj, you got to book a table and you got to get vaxxed up. So do what you got to do. But if you do, let me know.
So you got me back. It's Buddy the Star, Roddy Rod. You could catch me on IG at The Star, and I'll show you spell Roddy Rod, RODDYROD. Catch me here every Wednesday, or you catch me on Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Presents the Old School Show coming at the end of the month. Yeah, I'm just happy to be here, and this was a good interview, man. So he really blew my mind with the whole NASA thing, So, no, over and out.
You already know, but just in case you don't know, long live the chief. They call me Malimal. You know we out here. Premiere Boyz over everything. Premiere family, stand up if you're not standing up already. Don't stand up. You're in your house. Sit down, relax. Here's how you get in contact with the chief. They call me Malimal on everything, right? So they call me Malimal. I'm not going to insult your intelligence and tell you how to spell they call or me, but Malimal is Malimal. Check it out. We will be doing the Bridge podcast in 2022. We will be dropping new music 2022.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The only reason we haven't had that new music yet is because that is also wrapped up in the Treaty of Antarctica. So I'm working that out. I'm working that out with the elite.
Listen, you gotta go up against 7 countries for that one. Once you get that sewn up, hopefully you get it sewn up by the summer, man.
Listen, I'm working it out with watch this, Ken. I'm working it out with the elite. Right now, as we speak, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega are definitely getting mail from me about this treaty. The elite.
You got. You got it.
Also, by the way, y'all, follow me on IG. I forgot to mention my IG. Ken_MrGentleman. I repeat, Ken Ken_Mr. MR Gentleman GENTLEMAN.
Oh, thought you didn't get that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I'm bugging.
Oh, I got one more. I got one more message before we go.
Yeah.
I got one more message before we go. Even though the Flat Earth app is $3, likes are free, people. So if you on good pods, like the damn podcast, if you on iHeart or wherever, make sure you favorite this so you catch all the new episodes. If
Subscribe.
you like King Talk, like the damn podcast, you know what I'm saying? And then you get more episodes of not only Premiere Boyz Podcast, also King Talk. It's the Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, conversation about music, and the old school show.
Don't forget the bridge coming soon.
Bridge
and
coming.
Also a big baby. And Roddy might have a show too coming soon too. Who knows? 2022 might be a big year. Who knows?
We'll see. 2022, we're trying to change the game out here, boy.
Yeah, Roddy got the podcast tour going too. Talk about your podcast tour, son, before we go.
Podcast tour coming soon. You know, I'm gonna be appearing on different shows. You know, try to spread the word. Try to show the world who the star Roddy Rod is. You know, try to branch out so other people can know who the star Roddy Rod and the Premiere Boyz is. So you know that's coming soon.
Let's get it. So you already know this is it. This is your boy Ken, Aka MrGentleman.
You already know what it is. King Talk Sands. Until next time.
This is Star Roddy Rod over and out.
Me and my team is the best in the world. For me, they call me the Chief.
Song of the day, your Chief. This is your song of the day. You've been missing a couple of weeks. Finally, your song of the day. Finally here, son. Which song of the day, man?
I'm upset because I feel like I did say a song of the day one time,
You did.
and then it got pushed to somebody else. But
yeah. I remember the last time we spoke. It was for me. I can't help it. But I don't know if you're going to change that.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. But don't worry about it, because this week, song of the day. You know what? Song of the day, it gotta be a fellow flat earther. So we're gonna go with "Put Me On" by Mr. B.O.B. We're gonna take it back. "Put Me On" by B.O.B. Bobby Ray. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. You already know where we at.
You already know. We back next Wednesday. You ain't know. All right, y'all. We out.
Like the damn podcast. Stop playing games.
Subscribe.
Chill.